Did you know that not making a decision is making a decision? When you delay, when you really think about it, waiting for that perfect timing and being indecisive or calling it playing it safe or just being patient, when you avoid the conversation or commitment, you're choosing to stay exactly where you're at. And sometimes that could be the most expensive decision you could make. Hey, everybody, Mike Baltazar here. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on Tactical Thursday. That's right. It's already Thursday. It's almost TGIF. It's like Friday's Eve, right? Hey, so check this out. I know that I could rub people the wrong way a little bit, but all I'm doing is just share with you what I hold myself to and my team members to, even my little ones. Iron sharpens iron, and I am looking for people to elevate with. I'm not a slave driver. I'm not a drill sergeant, but I do like to play the game smart. I don't like to work harder. I like to work smarter. One of the things I learned a long time ago is I could go further, faster, and with less time invested, meaning I have more time for other things when I just work smarter, when I work more strategic. And that's why I call it Tactical Thursday. I know tactical is more of a military word, but if you pull up the definition of tactical, it's making decisions that are strategic. And again, when you have a plan in place, that's another good synonym for tactical planning. When you have a good plan in place, or if you have a good objective or set of guidelines, or if you have agenda that you hold yourself to day in, day out, then that's a strategy. That's a plan. That's being tactical. And so I want to challenge you with what I opened up with. Not making a decision is actually a decision. It's kind of like people who say, I don't believe in anything. I don't have any faith. I don't think, there's a religion out there for me. Well, guess what? That's a religion in of itself. That's a religion to not have a religion. That's where my faith is, and it is nothing at all. So I know it's kind of an oxymoron a little bit, but you get my point. And sometimes I'm gonna throw up a quick three quick things that are costs or outcomes or things that help us to rationalize to not make a decision. Because for a lot of us, because we're human, it's our human nature, sometimes inaction just feels safe. We think it's the status quo. We're keeping things the way they've always been. We're doing things the way we've always done things. And so choosing to not change or to not adapt oftentimes just feels safe. But understand this, it's not a neutral position. You're actually losing ground because you're not adapting to the changing times that there are. Imagine this. Imagine if you never would it upgraded to get a smartphone. Now, I know a lot of people that avoided smartphones in the beginning, and they had great reasons to avoid that. But how do you know that in order to function in this day and age that we're in, you have to kind of give in to that technology? I know a lot of people stuck with the flip phones as long as humanly possible until they saw everyone else talk texting or do all these really cool things with their phones. And so they gave into it. But again, that inaction in the beginning felt safe. And they try to find other people to help make them feel better about their decision. Like, oh, yeah, everyone can hear your conversations. Everything's being recorded to the cloud. And so you don't want a smartphone. You want, a dumb phone. And so I get it. I understand it. But are we really advancing? Are we really elevating and escalating? So that's something to kind of think about a little bit. The next thing that another reason why a lot of people would choose to not make a decision is because they call it patience. I'm just going to be patient. I'm just going to wait. 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 But it's really, really a fear-based decision. So that decision to not make a decision is actually fear-based because they're afraid of making the wrong decision, or they're afraid of change, or they're afraid someone's going to get upset with them, or they're afraid they're going to regret that decision. And so they don't do anything at all. I actually see that time and time again with seniors who are retired and on a fixed income, but they're still making a monthly mortgage payment every single month. The term remaining on the loan is a lot longer than their life expectancy. They're not leaving the house to anybody, and they're on a fixed income. and they're struggling every single month to, have extra for a trip or go out with friends to dinner or to get that medication that they want, but because they're just chipping away at a mortgage that's never going to pay off in their lifetime, but they want to just do what's always been done or choose to not make a decision. And a lot of it is just fear-based. They're afraid of making the wrong decision. They're afraid of something that sounds like it's too good to be true. And so again, a lot of people are just, treat themselves as saints. Like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to do what's right for me. I'm just going to do the way things have always been done. But again, it can be motivated by fear. And so that's just something to kind of keep in mind when we become indecisive or choose to not make a decision. The last thing I wanted to share surrounding this particular topic on this Tactical Thursday is this: momentum favors the decisive. But let that sink in a little bit, because now we're looking at the other side of the equation. We see people who are oftentimes quick to just jump on opportunity, or even though they seem impulsive, the results they speak for themselves. They accomplish a lot. They're able to be at the right place at the right time. It looks like luck, but all it is just being proactive, being prepared, expecting the best. And then when things don't work out exactly the way they're supposed to, they're not surprised by it. They're not offended by that. They just know to pivot, try the next best thing. They learn from their previous mistakes, or maybe they found a way to do it better. Whatever the case may be, they are decisive, and they build up momentum, and they capitalize on other people's indecisiveness. So where one doesn't want to go chase the worm in the morning, the other bird gets 2 for 1. Hey, you know what? I was only planning on getting this one worm, but no one showed up for the second one, so I guess I'll take that one too. And it kind of reminds me of the ancient scripture of, the 3 people that were given talents. One was given 5 talents, one was given 3 talents, and one was given 1. But the one that was given 1, probably given 1 for good reason. They probably had the best track record, maybe a lot of indecisiveness, because what he decided to do was bury it and just wait for the master to come back. And then that's when he said, hey, here's what you gave to me. I didn't want to go waste it. I didn't want to go blow it. I decided to do nothing with your money because I knew you to be a harsh man, and I wanted to give you what's yours. Here's what's yours. And then the master got so upset with that servant, called him wicked. Said, you could have at least deposited with the bakers and earned some interest on this. But this guy, this servant, literally did nothing with his 1 talent. That story goes on to say that they gave that talent to the one who had doubled his output, because the one that was given 5, he made another 5 and returned 10 to his master. So my point is this: it's okay to follow your gut. It's okay to take chances. Okay, you're gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Let that sink in for a little bit. That's for Michael Jordan, best basketball player of all time. He was okay with missing shots because he knew that if he took enough shots, he was going to make most of them, and he was going to come out a winner, which obviously he is. He's the GOAT. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on this Tactical Thursday. And I am putting this information out there. I put this content out there. That way you can get to know the way I think, the way I act. Put some words with the face and the face with a name, and would love to engage with you. Even if we already know each other, if we haven't spoken in the last week, let's catch up. There's a lot to catch up on. And if it's been longer than that, then let's not procrastinate more. Shoot me a text, email, or give me a phone call. And until next time, have a fantastic